Good morning. What's up? It's the Maddie Making Music live stream. It's Friday, and we are here live. I think it's pretty obvious. Some new stuff going on. We got the new mic, got the Shure SM7DB set up. Hopefully it's sounding loud and clear for you. Let me know in the chat, sound-wise, if it's working for you. And we got the mic set up top today, or the camera set up top today. It's a like a 4K tracking mic or camera. I keep saying mic. We got this mic and tracks me. I was using tracking from my gimbal and my iPhone, but this one takes less setup because it's already set and it's ready to go. So we're excited about that. I'm just checking. Maybe just slight to the right. We'll leave it at that. See how it goes. But today we are doing a mix session. We're going to be mixing a track from an artist named Jane Natural, located right here in Las Vegas, who I found out also is a realtor, which is pretty sick. So I have his card floating around there somewhere. Maybe I can put it on the stream. So we'll do the track basically. I'm gonna try to do it start to finish. I think it's got quite a bit of files, so I don't know if we're getting it all done today, but we're gonna get it imported, set up, get some gain staging done, and we'll go from there. Because, you know, it'll be quite a bit of like just importing, you know. So let's go to the main screen. We got Pro Tools working, set up. I had some issues with Pro Tools the other day. It was frustrating. My plugins weren't showing, so I had to do a reinstall on all my plugins. But as you can see, plugins are working now. So we're excited that that's working. So we're going to start with an import. Go to audio. Hopefully I saved this in the right spot. His session should be saved in here. We'll fix that after. But these are the files. We're going to pop these in. Copy. So when we're bringing in the files, they're in this folder. If I hit add, it's going to read the files from the folder. It's not going to import it into the actual session. So we want to make sure we hit copy so it copies those files in the session. And in some cases, if the file format isn't the same as my session, it'll say convert here. So we hit convert, that will also copy it. It'll convert the files and then copy them into our session. So we got that. We're going to hit open. It's going to ask where we're sending these. I just want to see something. It's saving on documents. Okay. Might have to fix that before we do anything else. Let's get everything saved. It's going to ask us new track. We're going to hit OK. And it's going to open up a bunch of new tracks. So there's our beat. And there's just like a bunch of like audio files. You see that? So first thing I'm going to do is make sure that we're lined up at the very beginning. which there's a bit of a gap, so I think we're going to try to fix that right now. So, number one, our tempo is set, I think, at 81.5, which I actually already pulled that. 81.5. And what we're going to do is we're going to highlight everything. I'm going to group these into one track. And then we're going to go back to our instrumental. And I'm going to turn off the background music. So you hear how the downbeat of the drum comes in right at the top. So we're going to line that up. Like so. And then we're going to check, make sure the click is matched up.
Gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 7 approval first. Know your budget, know your lane. Turning your dreams into reality is not a game.
I think I have it at 81.55. 81.5 is what we want to have.
Jet. Your budget, know your lane. Turning your dreams into reality is not a game. Negotiations like chess. Every move got. Jet. The strategy dictates.
Still not correct. 81.5 even.
Jet. Signature of shaking other people's hand. The buyer meets the seller, but the steps in between. Keep the air tight, so fresh, so clean.
Much better.
First, know your budget, know your lane. Turning your dreams.
Cool. They've got it somewhat labeled here. We got intro, Vox, which is usually kind of the main, like a lead. We got some ad-libs here. Vox, INFP, I'm not sure. You know, it's funny. I'm pretty sure they recorded this in Logic. Maddie, how do you know? Well, the track names like this, Vox 1 BIP. BIP means bounce in place. So they bounce the vocal in the session. And as far as I know, Logic is the only one that labels it automatically BIP. So I think they did the vocal recording in Logic. The reason I know that is because I use Logic. So I'm pretty sure that that's the case. We'll see. All right. Instrumental goes into our instrumental track. Oh, interesting. The instrumental is in stereo.
Closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman.
Yeah, mono. The instrumental's in mono. No problem. Copy. We prefer our instrumentals to be in stereo, but this shouldn't cause any problems as long as I'm able to load my plugins accordingly, which seems to be the case. And I'm just going to grab these for now. We may change that down the road. Can't add that. There we go. Great.
Closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a business.
Cool. We got a lot of vocals here. Looks about to be 12, 10, 12. So let's get this stuff organized. The vocals all seem to be in mono, so we're okay there. Let's start with our leads. We got leads here. And since they're already in mono, all I have to do, we're going to hide make inactive. We're just going to load them into kind of the appropriate tracks and we'll go from there. We have two versions. See how these all kind of match up? This is why labeling is important. At least we know these guys are ad libs. You know what I mean? So we're gonna grab these guys, drop them into ad libs. So for you engineers, tracking engineers, this kind of labeling helps so much when we're on the mixing phase. Let's hear the differences here.
If you want to own an estate, first thing you got to do is go and get your credit straight. 640
That's a
the
lead.
lowest, but 700's the best. In order to
Still
get
sounds like a
approved,
lead.
to no stress.
In
Put
and
your
out.
game
There you go.
through the process. Make progress.
So in and outs, I kind of consider like doubles. So I put that in my double. This is essentially a secondary double. Let's see. Mostly looks the same.
I'm a businessman. I'm shaking your hands and close the deal. Appointment set. Come and meet me for a
So that's going to be a lead. And this is essentially, to me, like a secondary double. We're going to center that one for now. And we got a bunch of intro stuff here.
It's Jet. Natural.
You are now listening to Quality Music.
So that, I think, is a tag. I don't know if that's a beat tag, but...
And closing deals because I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a business. Natural. Fresh out the gate.
It says intro. I kind of consider that more of an ad lib, but we'll see how it all sounds together. So I'm going to drop that into the ad libs. And this looks like it's all hook stuff. Main vocal, double, secondary double, kind of in and outs. And hook ad lib. So this will go in our ad libs too. We're actually running out of ad lib space. So, oh, no, we're okay. To me, that kind of falls under ad lib. Our lead hook.
Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends.
These are both definitely doubles. But our double spaces are filling up. I think we're okay though. We got enough room. I don't know if I'm going to have him sitting left, right just yet. So we'll leave it as such. And then we have this kind of outro. This might be kind of talking.
Like chess, every move got weight. Let strategy dictate.
It's more ad-libs.
Hold it down while the paperwork flow. Title clears the path.
Great. And we have room for one more ad lib here at the bottom. Great. That's it. Everything's in place. We have a lot of other tracks from my template, so we're just going to actually get those out of there, clean it up so everything's nice and orderly. And there we go. Those are all our tracks in the session. We can actually dump all the original tracks from the import. Okay. Instrumental, I'm going to send back into our mix bus.
Yeah, I'm a business.
Cool. All right, great. We got a lot of vocals. Some of them are spiking quite a bit higher than, you know, the usual headroom we like. So we're going to run the, actually, let's hit save. And then we're going to highlight everything, and I'm going to run it through the normalize, get them at peaking about -10, and then we can kind of get a fader mix from there. When I say -10, I'm talking about -10 dB. It's just going to kind of analyze it, and any peaks that are hitting -10, that'll be the lowest. It'll set the peaks for these. -10. There we go. See how they kind of changed right there? I didn't want the continuous file though. Create individual files. I'm pretty sure that's what I wanted. There we go. Beautiful.
Lowest at 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic.
that?
You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pocket. If you ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMV. It's Jet. Natch.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check. Lost in the
So this beat tag or label tag, I don't want too much stuff going on in it. So I think I'm gonna just export this create a different track for it. And that kind of works in conjunction with the instrumental.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
thoughts, but I'm in.
We could pump up that volume a little bit.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check.
One more.
Natch.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Yeah,
Check.
there you go.
Lost.
We like where that's sitting.
Entertainment.
Check. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know.
So let's hold off on our doubles, our backgrounds. We don't have any background tracks, so we'll put that in there. Cool. Let's start with this lead.
Check. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends about my business, so I ain't here to make.
Let's get that
friends.
instrumental
I'm
pulled up.
taking hands and closing deals 'cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals 'cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best.
So what I'm
In order
listening
to-
for is the balance between the instrumental and the lead vocals. That's where I want to start. If I had the stems for the instrumental, I would start with the drums, bass, main instrument, and the vocals. See how they all kind of fit together. And by main instrument, you know, say on this record, you can hear it, the main kind of chorded instrument playing a little bit of chords and melodies is kind of like a keyboard, like electronic keyboard.
Hands and closing deals 'cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman.
So I would hear where all of those kind of fit with the vocal. But since I don't have the stems for that, I'm just doing it against the actual instrumental, the beat. right?
Bags stacking cash, you know dividends about my business. So I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals because I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman.
I like to key off of, especially for if it's just the beat without the stems, I like to key off of the like the snare, the hi-hat, the kick, and see how the vocal fits with those. And we're just talking volume. I'm not even EQing it. There's no compression. I do have some, excuse me. I do have some, oh, we are super close. Give me a second. Much better. That was zoomed in so much. I like to key in on those elements to hear against the vocals. So that's what I'm listening for. So one more time, let's get into his hook. We could start marking stuff off too. His hook's starting right around here. So let's hear that.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends about my business. So I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals because I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals because I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. Hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMD. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency.
Just hitting the markers for everything while we're listening.
Time is of the essence, so please respect my presence. I got to get the gas.
So that one is a true blue double where he's rapping every lyric at the same time. And it looks like he also has the ins and outs, so we're going to listen to those.
Hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to
Start organizing these a little bit.
to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMD. See, time is
So those ins and outs he's using to emphasize lyrics, right? So you want to make sure when he hits those words, those lyrics, you can feel it emphasizing that moment.
gate. If you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process.
Cool.
To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing.
This one kind of lives as a ad lib to me. So let's listen to the hook. It's got doubles on it.
Entertainment.
Check, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends about my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own in the state, first thing you
Entertainment.
check. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends about my business, so I ain't here.
So he's got those ad libs in there. I'm gonna bump them up just a little bit to get a little more volume. I don't want them taking over the leads, right? But you do want to hear them, so it's got a little vibe.
Entertainment.
So these lines, you know.
Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends about my business.
Yeah,
so I
you hear it
ain't
kind of
here to make
echoing.
friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out.
Then we have this kind of extra line right here. Let's just pump that up just a bit.
Businessman, see, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, and 700 the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So
All right, so he's got these ad libs, right? And you can see a lot of them are matched up. So I think what would be interesting is let's get these panned left and right. So now you're getting the ad libs boom, boom, boom from both sides on your headphones or your speakers, right?
gate. If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, and 700 the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta.
These are very loud. So we're going to pull those down.
Gate. If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, and 700 the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pocket. If you ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruins. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence, so please respect my presence. I got to get the gab, dope era like Mr. Fab. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends about my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork.
So these guys are just loud.
The calculation, it's not complicated, but you gotta be abrasive. Yo, every deal starts with the vision and the plan. More than a signature or shaking other people's hand. The buyer meets the seller, but the steps in between. Keep it airtight, so fresh, so clean. Pre-approval first, know your budget, know your lane. Turning your dreams into reality is not a game. Negotiations like chess, every move got weight. Keep emotions in check, let strategy dictate. Escrow, hold it down while the paperwork flow. Title clears the path, so everybody else know. Appraisal sets the value.
So we're doing a little bit more gainsaging just to get these guys a little more in check.
The closing date arrived, the pen hit the page. Another chapter open, new phase, new page. It's the transaction, every move count. Turning your hopes and dreams into real accounts. From the offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transaction. That's factual. shit go crazy, bud.
That's funny.
Shit go crazy. Watch when you hear this.
So he's got a little ending out there, so let's mark that off.
To the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual, that shit goes crazy, bro. Offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual, that shit goes crazy, bro.
I like that. Hopefully he wants that. There wasn't a reference bounce on that in those stems, so I'm just making some choices here. If we had a reference, right? So or if the artist kind of has a reference, that reference is what they've been listening to, essentially a demo, right? The producer or tracking engineer bounced it for them. That's what they've been listening to for ever at this point. So anything that we change off of that, they're going to notice because that's the version that they've been constantly listening to. So that's the idea. Jay Natural in the chat, the man of the hour, working on his track right now. What's good, Jay Natural? How we feeling, man? Working on your track. Also, today's an awesome day because we got the new camera and we got the new microphone. So I'm very excited to be on stream live because I've been wanting to get this piece for a while, and I got tired of setting up my iPhone with my gimbal. So I'm happy we got that going too. And I asked Jay Natural when he sent me these tracks if I could do it for the stream, and he was totally down. So we're very, very excited to be doing this. Jay Natural, I do have one question. What's the name of this song? What's the title of the track? So I can save it accordingly on the session. So let me know. All right. So here's where we're at so far, Jay Natural. We loaded in your stems, organized them. We did some gain staging to make sure volumes were, a little bit more controlled. And just doing some little extra gain staging and just fader balance, trying to get everything sounding even, a little more even, because we do have some notes and vocals that are popping up a little bit. I can actually see a couple here that are popping just a bit, so we're gonna make those adjustments right now. Not too many. In session, it's a little bit more difficult to do this, so in recording session, because we're moving so quickly, but in a session like this, we can be a little bit more detailed and just kind of get some stuff adjusted. I think the other big one again, this one here. Just get this stuff adjusted. Okay. We're looking good.
It's Jet. Natch.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking.
I didn't think I'd be jumping right into this stuff, but I'm going to just hit this stuff as we go. I think it'd be kind of cool for a beat drop.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it. Lost in the sauce, but
Maybe right here. Check. Beat out.
Natch.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to
You know what I
win.
mean?
Natch.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this.
Let's do some cleaning. We hear a little bit of a kind of click. So cleaning those up right there.
Natch.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it. lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win.
I hear a lot of breath happening right there. Let's hear it again.
Natural.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce.
That's all from our hook doubles. So clear that up.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bags.
Listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but
It might be more interesting. Can I get a eighth note to have it do a little spin down, kind of like a tape stop? Put this right here on this, right before he says check. Boo, check. We will always try it, and if it doesn't work, we just go back on it. It's fine.
natural.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this natural.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win.
Okay. Something else interesting we can do is on this vocal, check, lost in the sauce. Let's take out the effects.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in
Yeah.
You are now listening
Interesting.
to Quality Music Entertainment.
check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking.
Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my
That's kind of fire. Let's leave it as that, and then, Jay will hear it, and if he's down with it, cool. If not, we just revert it. It's any of these kind of changes, especially if I don't have Jay with me to listen to it, he may come back and chat and hear it. Any of these kind of mixing choices are a little more creative. I'm gonna do them, and then if the client doesn't like it, we could take it back out, and I won't be offended. But at this point, he hasn't given me any specific instructions on what he wants for it, so I'm just operating in free reign mode of just kind of do whatever I'm feeling sounds good and appropriate for the song. That's how I'm operating at this point. If he has very specifics that he wants, then we're going to follow those. But at this point, he hasn't given me that, which is fine. But that means I'm just assuming, just go for it, do your thing. That's how I'm interpreting that. So, just so you guys get a feel for how I'm approaching this. And I'm cleaning up as we go. We're going to do a full fade on everything, clean it up. Okay.
it's jet. Natch.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, dividends about my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm
Just a tiny boost on the instrumental.
See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved, with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pocket. If you ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for cruising. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruins. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMBs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in the state.
Just hearing where the vocal the lead vocal sits, how it works with the backgrounds. He's got the ad-libs in there too.
In the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking up and moving silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like that, but just throw it in the bag.
Need to brag?
Silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but
You need to brag.
need to brag. Follow your dreams like
That's a
that,
good.
but just
It's a
throw
good
it in
break
the
right there.
bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win.
Any of those moments where we could pull the beat out, bring it back in, it, number one, emphasize, yo, this is exciting to watch. Remember, guys, chat, J Natural, this is him. So he's watching this happen in real time. J Natural, real quick, when you get a chance, can you type in the title of the song so I can save the session accordingly? Okay. So when we take the beat out, we do the beat drop, we're emphasizing the lyric. Not only that, once we get into the hook, it gives us a little break right before the hook. So boom, now we know we're in the hook. Just like little audio cues to get us pushing through the song. So listen through here. This is the end of his verse going into this hook. And we do that beat drop on No Need to Brag. And he has a pickup line that goes into the hook too. So kind of works as a double for us. Take a listen.
To the essence, so please respect my presence. I got the gift of gab, don't bear it like Mr. Fab. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag.
It's like a perfect lead and line, number one, into our hook, and gives us something to stew on with the actual lyric too. Businessman, there it is, businessman. So let's save first, and then let's save as. I like the organization if we can get it at the beginning, but sometimes, you know, stuff like this, I didn't have the title, so we take care of it after the fact. And then I'm going to change the folder name as well. But now it's saved under Businessman. All right, one more time with that part, and then we'll continue listening through.
Dreams like that was just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like that was just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game
Right.
to play to win.
Great.
I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman.
Big cut right there. He's kind of repeating his hook.
So I ain't
We'll have it
here
come
to
back
make
in on the
friends.
snare.
I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman.
Once again, we're emphasizing his lyric, Businessman. That's the title of the song, so that's a good spot for it. And we bring it back in on the snare so we don't lose the rhythm or the groove of the beat. So one more time, that little section right there. This is his second hook, and it's kind of getting into the lyric of the hook.
Business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand?
Second verse.
Mindset, come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork and the compensation. The sales price minus 3% the calculation. It's not complicated, but you gotta be abrasive. Yo, every deal starts with the vision and the plan. More than a signature or shaking other people's hand. The buyer meets the seller, but the steps in between. Keep it airtight. So businessman.
See what this
I'm a
is.
businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand?
Let's hear what this lyric is.
I'm shaking hands and closing deal. Appointment set.
Okay, yeah. Just like he's kind of going with the hook a little bit. Let's bring up the volume on that. It's like a lower voice.
I'm shaking hands and closing deal.
See how loud it is compared to everything.
I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand?
A little loud. We're gonna pull it back just a bit. I like that though.
I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork. Businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over.
Can we put a break right there? I don't know. Always try it just to hear it.
I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation. That's
Yeah,
where we go.
that's tight.
I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork and the compensation. The sales price minus 3% the calculation. It's not complicated, but you gotta be abrasive. Yo, every deal starts with the vision and the plan. More than a signature or shaking other people's hands.
Just
The
listening.
buyer meets the seller, but the steps in between. Keep it airtight, so fresh, so clean. Pre-approval first, know your budget, know your lane. Turning your dreams into reality is not a game. Negotiations like chess, every move got weight. Keep emotions in check, let strategy dictate. Escrow, hold it down while the paperwork flow. Title clears the path, so everybody else know. Appraisal sets the value, lender gives a green. Insurance keep you covered for everything unseen. The closing data right.
Just the babyest adjustment on these two. Came in a little hot.
Negotiations like chess, every move got weight. Keep emotions in check, let strategy dictate. Escrow, hold it down while the paperwork flow. Title clears the path, so everybody else know. Appraisal sets the value, lender gives a green. Insurance keep you covered for everything unseen. The closing data ride, the pen hit the page. Another chapter open, new phase, new page. It's the transaction, every move count. Turning your hopes and dreams into real accounts. From the offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transaction. That's factual. That shit go crazy, bud. That shit go crazy. Watch when you hear this.
That's fire.
The transaction. That's factual.
I kind of like those right there.
Crazy, bud. That shit go crazy. Watch when you hear this.
Cool. All that sounds really good. We got some nice little breaks in the beat to give it a little bit of ebb and flow. I was considering
See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork and the compensation. The sales price minus 3% the calculation. It's not complicated, but you gotta be abrasive. Yo, every deal starts with the vision and the plan. More than a signature or shaking other people's hand. The buyer meets the seller, but the steps in between. Keep it airtight, so fresh, so clean. Pre-approval first, know
Yeah,
your budget, know your
I like it.
lane. Turning your dreams into reality is not a game. Negotiations like chess, every move got weight. Keep emotions in check, let strategy dictate. Escrow, hold it down while the paperwork flow. Title clears the path, so everybody else know. Appraisal sets the value, lender gives a green. Insurance keep you covered for everything unseen. The closing data ride, the pen hit the page. Another chapter open, new phase, new page. It's the transaction, every move count. Turning your hopes and dreams into real accounts. From the offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transaction. That's factual. That shit go crazy, bud. That shit go crazy.
So, you know, my philosophy for songs is, especially with artists who rap, sing, you know, and write, they write their own material, is lyric and vocal is king. So that's why my vocals always seem to be present against the beat. The beat still hits, beat's still heavy, but the vocal, any of these kind of moments where we're dropping the beat and the vocal itself is mixed in a way where the vocal sits up front and center, because to me that is king. Unless I'm told otherwise, that's usually how I mix the vocals with a beat. So, just in case you're wondering. Okay, let's dive into just cleaning up the vocals a little bit, because currently right now, if I were to take out the effects for the vocals, this is what they sound like. Essentially dry.
If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put.
So the good news is, Jay Natural, when he recorded it, the engineer did a great job recording it where there's no clipping, right? But it's also not too soft as well. So we have good source audio, right, to work with. And we're not going to do too much because his vocal sounds really good. You hear his vocal is just very loud, clear. You can hear everything he's saying, right?
Hands in closing deals, do you understand? Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pocket. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for cruising. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruins. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMP. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence, so please respect my presence. I got to get the gab, don't bear it like Mr. Fab. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play.
Just a little boost on his lead on the verses.
Hands in closing deals, do you understand? Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight.
We're just going to go through the vocal chain. We did Pro Q, a little subtractive. Turn on the Pultec.
If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no.
So a little bit of high end from the Pultec, adding a little bit more clarity, a little bit more of that air. We have the UA FET compressor, which is basically an 1176. Check this out. Get our coffee going.
Hands in closing deals, do you understand? Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for cruising.
The interesting with the 76 and the Pultec, they both emulate actual hardware pieces like an EQ and a compressor, and they add a little bit of that color and saturation. So even just the slightest adjustments like we're doing, it's only compressing a couple dBs of gain reduction, but you hear a difference in the tone of his vocal. Let's mute everything else real quick, just so you can hear that vocal. Without
the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process to make progress.
It's nice to add some tone to his vocal and color, which is great.
Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross.
Just a little more tone shaping.
Let's
get RVox in there. Another level of compression.
Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to...
Yeah, I like RVox. It's not as, you know, with 1176, I can make the attack and release a lot more deliberate, right? Here with the RVox, it's just the setting a compression and then just regaining it up. So all we're doing is just a little lighter compression to help with any of the peaking notes. Also, the good thing with RVox adds even a little bit more color to his vocal too, so which is just a really nice warm vocal. So his voice isn't so sharp coming in as we're listening.
Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you...
Cool. We got DSEQ here.
Out the gate, if you wanna own in the state.
DSEQ is kind of like a frequency compressor. Very similar to like, what am I thinking? Soothe, if you guys use Soothe. So that's what I'm using it for. And we'll just have it do a quick little scan, AI scan, and then we'll adjust from there.
Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for...
So it's essentially looking for kind of those harsher frequencies that are peaking a little bit and compressing them as they come, as opposed to on an EQ where I'm just pulling down very specific frequencies. It's kind of doing all those in a kind of fluid way, kind of a rolling frequency compression. I don't even know what the best dynamic EQ almost. Maybe that's the best way. It's kind of a rolling dynamic EQ.
Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state.
Pull up sibilance. Sibilance is our de-esser, so we're just gonna get that so it's catching all those s and t, all that stuff.
Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause
and a final round of compression here.
If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMD.
Wow. What a difference, man. Grindfest Music Group, welcome to the chat. How we doing? So here was the vocal before everything.
Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your
like I said, once again, well recorded, but just wanted to make it pop a little bit more with everything.
Let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got...
Beautiful. So all I'm gonna do, his vocal for don't show this again. Thank you. Is his lead hook is very similar. It's not like him singing or anything. It's very similar. So that's setting wise. I'm going to keep it essentially the same. The only difference is my lead vocal bus for hooks has doublers enabled, actually doubler 4 enabled. I always have doubler 2 enabled, but they're set very subtly to give the vocal a little bit more width. You know what I mean? So, Divine Yogi, welcome to the chat. How we feeling? How we doing? So, that's essentially what we're going for right there. So, with the lead vocal in there, let's get that unmuted.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman.
Let's hear the transition from the hook into the verse, see if those vocals kind of match up.
Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get.
Let's get our lead vocal pulled down just a tiny bit more. It's at 0.17. Let's get it down to like 0.7.
You are now listening.
Just the transition. J Natural says, sounding amazing. Good. So J Natural is approved. It's always the tough part when you're not doing the mix session with the artist. You don't know where their head is at on it. So if he's liking where it's sounding, then I'll just kind of keep going as such. And if he gives me some notes here on the stream, cool, we'll adjust it. If he wants to hold off and listen to it on his own, we'll let him listen to it. Then he'll give me some notes if he has notes as well. So, but I'm liking where it's sounding too. So I think we're in the right direction. And we're not that far off. We only really have our doubles, our ad-libs. We're going to throw some stuff on the mix bus, and we're basically done. So, a lot of this is credit to J Natural and the recording engineer, the tracking engineer. They did a good job recording, so we didn't have to do too much to do any kind of fixing or adjusting, that kind of stuff. Divine Yogi, hello. How you doing, Divine Yogi? Welcome to the chat. Good morning. I'm Maddie Making Music. This is my live stream where I do production, engineering. Today we're doing a mix session on J Natural, who's in the chat. We're working on Dashways 100. Let's go. This is what we do on the stream. Working on projects. So, but also today, I'm very excited because we got the new mic set up. We got the camera set up. I'm very, very stoked that the streams really come together. And it's... Oh, Dashways 100 is the tracking engineer. Is the engineer. There you go. Good shout out. Hello, I'm Deshaun. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. All right. Let's listen now and see where the doubles are sounding. Want to move this up. Let's hit save. Have we been hitting save? Oh, he's my mentor and taught me how to write. Okay, there you go. So that's J Natural's mentor. So I made sure I hit save, but the good news is if you guys are on Pro Tools, I don't know if you know this, you can set your Pro Tools to save every minute, which I do. If I don't, oh, you know what? I reinstalled Pro Tools, so I need to change that. So we're going to do backup every minute, and then I do at minimum 30 most recent backups saved. So it's good we actually entered that. Suppress name dialog. Oh, man. I got to make sure this stuff is set. Hold up, chat. This is important stuff for my personal workflow, so I need to make sure we're set. All right, great. Much better. That's what I wanted. Hello, yo. Deshaun, what up? Welcome to the chat, man. Just getting this mix going. Actually, we're already about halfway, if not further along, so I'm actually very excited about how the speed of this is going.
hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate. If you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process to make progress.
Yeah.
You gotta understand.
That double sounds great. We don't have to do too much at all. Only stuff I have with the doubles is I got a little EQ. I do a cut on the EQ on both ends, high and low, because I want the lead vocal to be our star. So the backgrounds just kind of give us just a little bit of extra. That's how I like to approach it. We do have Nectar, which is an isotope plugin. We're going to open that up. And they have a very specific preset that I like called affected backgrounds. So let me just play the doubles for you with that off, and then I'll turn it on. So let's go there. Very educational song.
If you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight.
Yes, Deshaun, we're mixing J Natural song. This is J Natural in the chat. So this is his song. So we're just getting the mix going. So this is the backgrounds. See how they're kind of tightened? So if I didn't have that, listen to this. Right? So we want to have that so they stay out of the way of the lead vocal. Once again, remember, I said earlier, I want the vocal to be the star, and especially his lead vocal. I want his lyrics to be up front, and those be the ones that are the feature of the song. Background vocals are not lead vocals, chat. Ad-libs are not lead vocals. They need to fit accordingly in the song. They're important because when they're not there, it makes a difference, right? So, I got the EQ going, and now here's the effect, the background effects I have on it. It's kind of like a chorus kind of effect, but I'll have it off first. Let's listen.
Fresh out the gate, if you want to own an estate, first thing you got to do is go and get your credit straight.
All right, effect on. Right?
In order to get approved with little to no stress.
Off.
Put you on game and walk you through the process to make progress. You got to understand the logic.
On.
Use credit cuz debit is coming out your pockets.
How cool is that? So we've added a little bit of texture to the background. So now without or with the beat.
And closing deals, do you understand? Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest.
Our lead vocal is still up front, but those backgrounds are still there and they're supporting it. Let's continue.
You use credit cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row. Ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the trans.
Cool. A little compression on those vocals. We're gonna open up Ozone. Ozone is actually a mastering plugin, but they have a feature on it which I really like. If it opens, come on, there we go. Called Imager, and I like using this to make the vocals spread out to the speakers a little bit more. So without the backgrounds for the backgrounds.
Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight.
If you guys have headphones on, your AirPods, you'll hear those vocals move out to the speakers. Off.
Process to make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit cause debit is coming out your pockets.
Sounds awesome.
You ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row. Ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through.
Cool. Just a little bit more on these vocals.
And closing deals, do you understand? Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process to make progress. You gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMD. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence, so please respect my.
We're gonna do a little boost kind of in the higher end for any of those kind of frequencies that kind of hit our ears a little weird.
Inside the transaction. Natural.
Let's pull it back to the thing here.
Put you on game and walk you through the process to make progress. You gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause
how those backgrounds sound, man.
Transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your.
So we also have.
Time is money. So have a sense of urgency.
We also have reverb going on. And then the last thing I'm going to add are these doublers that take the signal, spread it out more. Here's doubler 2, gives us 2 extra voices. And then doubler 4. Back. Without him. Subtle, but once again, we're filling it out. We're making it wider for these background vocals.
40 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved, with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through
all that stuff we did off.
You gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you
on.
ain't knowing, doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the trans.
So all those backgrounds that he has for the verse open up, which we love. We love, 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 love that. We're going to do just a quick organization thing. Boom, boom. Okay, let's listen to the hook. The hook doubles are tied to the same one. So all I have to do is unmute them and we'll just double check, make sure they sound good.
But I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See.
Yeah, making such a difference just with that alone. Sounds fantastic. Ad-libs, we're going to treat essentially the same as our leads, except our shaping is going to be just a little bit different. We're going to set them a little higher end so they can cut through the mix a little bit more, which I already have that set up here. I just have a ad-libs vocal chain that I have set for that. So we're going to turn that on. That's not the one I like. It's this one. Yeah, I already have that set up. So we just pop that into place. Sounds good. Yes, sir. Let's go. So now as you hear the ad-libs, they're going to be kind of in the background because they don't. I like your work on the show. Oh, thank you so much. I was just about to ask you that. The backgrounds still sit in the back, or the ad-libs still sit in the background, but we're going to give them just a different texture and tone. So they cut through the mix, but they're still behind the lead vocal. Once again, like I said, lead vocal is king. Lead vocal is number 1. So we want to make sure that that's the case. So now listen for these backgrounds. Gonna turn them on.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman.
I'm gonna pull those ad-libs up just a tiny bit. We're at negative 4.1. Let's bring it up about a dB. 3, yeah, perfect.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman.
So his ad-libs are kind of offset. It's kind of like where he's doing the ad-libs as call and answer to whatever you're saying. So number one, they're already, he did something smart with his ad libs where they're not on top of what the lead vocal's doing. They're offset, so they're filling in the spaces, the gaps. So number one, it's just smart as an artist, as a performer, right? Because now you have these things that fill in every space. Makes it easier on the makes it easier. I like the drop in the beginning. Cool. See? He liked the drop. So it makes it easier to hear that stuff too. So okay. My camera zoomed in again. And I'm zone tracking, zoom. Just go back out. There we go. I think that's when I'm moving my hands, it's like a gesture thing for the camera. So all right. So let's listen to these ad libs.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own an estate, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pocket. If you ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruins. Stay on your P's and Q's.
Yeah, those ad libs are sounding super pocket to me. And once again, Jay Natural did, and Dashways 100 did a great job on recording it. They fit them in really good spaces. So, man, I'll tell you, mixing wise, there's not much I can do if the initial tracking session wasn't done properly by the artist and the tracking engineer. The tracking engineer's got to get everything recorded right. The artist needs to, make good choices that makes everything fit properly on their side. Not to mention any of these doubles and stuff. They're hitting everything right on the money. And stuff sounds, if they're singing, sounds in tune, rhythmically works. On hip hop and rapping, making sure that all their stuff fits into the pocket of what the beat's doing and trying to express what they want out of the song itself. You know what I mean? Like, that's got to be done at the recording session. There's not much I can do here on the mix side. I can edit, shift stuff, I can pitch stuff if I need to. But if that stuff isn't done properly, we're in trouble, man. That's why we've been able to move through this so fast. It's only been an hour and 20 minutes, and we're almost done with this track. And that's all the credit in the world to Jay Natural and Dashways 100 for doing it right in the tracking session. Makes such a difference. I can't express to you guys how much. That's why I work so hard in the tracking session to make sure that the gain is right. Making sure if I'm hearing something funny, I'm editing that stuff out. If the person in the booth, the client recording, is having problems with part, we sit there and drill it and make sure he gets it right. That's, 50%, 60% of mixing, I'm very strategic on how I record. Jay Natural, I can absolutely tell. This is how you record songs, And 100% you can get creative, try some different stuff, And I encourage you guys as artists and tracking engineers to do that. If you're a tracking engineer and you're hearing something, call it out. See if the artist is down to try it, I always say try it, and if you guys don't like it, you just delete it. Like, it takes 2 seconds to just try an idea. You listen back, and if you're like, yo, that's dope as hell, you keep it. If you didn't like it, it's like, that doesn't really work. Delete it. So easy. And it's just like, we're hamstringing ourselves if we don't have that kind of communication as engineers, tracking engineers, producers with our artists, So it's important to be on top of that, I think. Truly. All right, back to ad libs. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Knowing doing showings is time consuming. So have your ducks in a row. Ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence, so please respect my presence. I got the gift of gab, dope era like Mr. Fab. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't
That
here
sounds
to
so
make
good.
friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman.
So the only thing I want to do with his ad libs, I want to add a little bit more effect to it. So we're gonna push the reverb up, and we're gonna push the delay up a little bit too. So now, if we just isolate his ad libs, right? Everything lives in a space. There's a lot going on the track, so we won't hear all of it, but it's there. And that's more feel and vibe than anything else, right?
In a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your
You can
I's
hear
and
the
cross
trash
your T's.
kinda echoing
Follow
through.
me in my league to save your EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence,
Cool.
so please.
All right, we got some additional stuff here at the intro. Let's take a listen.
It's Jet. Natch.
You are now listening to
Cool. He's got some cool stuff here. Let's throw some throws. Delay throw.
Jet.
Just picking very specific things to hit it with the throws.
It's Jet. Natch.
you are now listening
We want that when we're there too.
Natch.
you are now listening to Quality
We're gonna pull the volume on those throws down just a bit. We don't have a lot of room for his throws, so we're just gonna be real strategic. Let's hear it at the end of this verse.
Self and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce.
I like brag. That could work.
Dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game,
Yeah.
play to win. I'm in my
So that brag kind of carries through as the hook comes in. So that's kind of a cool spot for that.
hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a
Let's get that in there. That low, huh? I bet it's funny hearing me do that. Guardian to Arby's, what up, man? Over on Twitch, sick. Guardian to Arby's is my streaming consult, so I have him come in my stream once in a while to check how things are going. Guardian to Arby's, OBS bot, I think Tiny up here. It's a tracking 4K camera, which is awesome. The Bragg Echo was great. Hey, let's go. And then we got the SM7 DB Shure microphone. So that's what we got going on here. So hopefully sound wise it's working for you guys. I checked beforehand. I thought it sounded good, but yeah, looks like I'm on the Joe Rogan podcast or something. Listen, guys, DMZ is life changing.
businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals.
Yo, what up? Can you shout out Sergio? Sergio, what up? Shout outs to you, bro.
Businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation.
Yeah, great.
That's where we go over paperwork in the
Love that. And then we have one more spot. Let's take a listen.
Offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual,
Ooh, factual. Actual factual.
Offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine
All right,
print,
Deshaun,
the
get some
values
sleep, bro.
inside the transaction. Natural, factual, That shit go crazy, bud. That shit go crazy. Watch when you hear this.
It's morning in the USA. That's right, Yogi. Let's just take a listen to this last bit right here.
Offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual, That shit go crazy, bud. That shit go crazy. Watch when you hear this.
So we have a decision to make. This talking part, do we make it sound like it's in the studio with the echo and all that? Or do we have that as its own separate thing where it's just kind of dialogue without that? So I'm going to pull it down here. Let's try it with no effects on it and see.
Offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual,
See how there's no echo or anything?
Crazy, bud. That shit go crazy.
The only thing, if we're going to leave it in there, just a little tiny bit more volume on it.
Fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual,
I kind of like it like that.
That shit go crazy. Watch when you hear this.
Sounds more natural, like it's captured on like a video, like behind the scenes video or something. I think it doesn't need all the stuff like we have in the verses and the hooks.
Fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual,
The alternative sounds like this, as if it was on the mic with the reverb and effects.
Fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual, That shit go crazy, bud. That shit go crazy.
Because he could be saying that like he's in the booth as he's recording, but I don't know. I think this is, to me, kind of works better.
Fine print, the values inside the transaction. Natural, factual, That shit go crazy, bud.
I like that.
That shit go crazy. Watch when you hear this.
Boom. We love that, dude. Cool. Let's keep it there. All right. Just a couple more things we did. So let's just go over everything we've done so far. Okay. We loaded up all our stems. We organized them. We got the levels, boom, 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 where we wanted them, the vocals against the beat. Then we went through and processed all the vocals, make sure it had all the appropriate effects and processing. We did a little bit of effects throws with the delays, the echoes we were just talking about. And then we were just making a couple decisions on how we want these vocals to sound on certain parts, specifically how we want these leads to sound on top of everything, how we want this outro thing to sound. Made those decisions. So I'm going to do one overall pass on the vocals using two things. I'm going to use the LA2A. It's a kind of an extra compressor. Lifestyle, what's up? Welcome to the chat. We're just gonna add this on the vocal bus.
If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight.
Probably 2 dBs of gain reduction.
700's the best in order to get approved.
Gain match it.
No stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause that
Get those peaks kind of controlled. Those final bit of peaks. And then we got fresh air, everyone's favorite. Add just a little bit extra clarity and kind of polish to it.
If you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do
Real
is go
sharp,
and
so
get your credit
we won't do
straight.
too much.
640 the lowest, but 700's the best in order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pocket. If you ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing.
Cool. Instrumental sounds pretty good. I'm probably going to do one thing with it just to make it feel even bigger because it's a heavy beat. So we're going to add Ozone again. Not that version, but let's do Patchworks. And if you guys have headphones, you may be able to hear the difference here. We're going to use the Imager, and we're going to use Dynamic Width.
If you want to own in the state.
We're essentially spreading it out a little bit. That sounds cool. That's pretty much all I want to do with that. Spider, Wade, what up, baby?
And follow me in my league to save your EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence, so please respect my presence. I got the gift of gab, don't bear it like Mr. Fab. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence.
Some EQ on the mix bus.
Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence.
Subtractive.
Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a
Take care of
businessman.
some of these nasty
I'm shaking hands and
frequencies.
closing deals cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set, complimentary for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork and the compensation. The sales price minus 2% the calculation. It's not complicated, but you gotta be abrasive.
Get into our mastering compressor.
The vision and the plan, more than a signature or shaking other people's hand.
We use this as kind of I'm using it as kind of a glue compression.
Keep it airtight, so fresh, so clean.
Let's save real quick. Once we get into the mastering stuff, the computer starts chopping a little bit, so we'll get that pushed to 1024. Yes, the rumors you heard about are true. I know you guys saw I had my Scarlett on there, but I do have now an Apollo Twin, which I'm very excited about. But the Apollo Twin Thunderbolt version doesn't come with a Thunderbolt cable, so I got to order that. Of course. And my Thunderbolt cables are the old version of Thunderbolt cable, so I need to order the new version of Thunderbolt cable. And I could almost use it, but my Thunderbolt cable adapter I only have one side that's USB or Thunderbolt 3, which is the same shape as USB 3 or USB-C. I only have one adapter, so that's where we're at on that. So don't worry, we'll get the Apollo in there soon.
If you want to own in the state, first thing you got to do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700 the best.
Yeah, it's too much. We want 1 to 2 dB gain reduction on these glue compression, just so everything feels a little bit tighter together.
You use credit cause debit is coming out your pocket. If you ain't knowing doing showings,
how good does his vocal sound, man?
Ain't got no time for losing, cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's, and follow me in my league to save your EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency, cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence, so please respect my presence. I got the gift of gab, don't bear it like Mr. Fab. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends.
I can feel the system getting choppy. Part of that too is we're streaming at the same time, so I got stuff going on the stream, recording video, recording audio, and that's being sent up to stream, and I got Pro Tools going with all these plugins, so I could feel it getting choppy, but I think we'll be okay. All right, so we used the Shadow Hills mastering compression as a glue compressor to get the vocals and the instrumental to kind of fit together even a little bit more. So that's sounding really nice. We have Lo-Fi, which is a real sick trick I got from Tizio. That's Chris Brown's engineer, tracking and mixing engineer. And all that's happening out here is we have distortion being pushed up 0.1, right? Listen to the track and how it feels wider and bigger once I turn it on. So currently it's off.
Hey, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but
On.
700's the best. In order to get approved,
You feel that
little to no
expansion?
stress. So let me put you on game and walk
Off.
you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause
On.
debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing doing showings,
Unbelievable.
it's time-consuming. So have your ducks.
Just that little bit of distortion opens everything up. It's not making it like, clipping and distorted, but it is adding a little bit of oomph to it. Just that alone makes such a difference. It's very, very cool. I love that one. And so simple. So simple. All right. We have Ozone finally using it for mastering.
Hey, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming.
Just adding a little bit of clarity.
You ain't knowing doing showings, it's
Shaping.
time-consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and
Here's
Q's,
fresh
dot
air
your
again.
I's and cross your
We have that
T's.
set a little
And follow
lower than
me
the
and
fresh
my
air we
lead,
used
just send your
earlier.
EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency.
Without.
Cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence, so
Cool.
please respect my.
We have Pro MB, that's Fab Filters, multi-band compressor. I have this setting I really like called Punch Leveling. It's their preset. Then I just do a little adjustment
Hey, if you
without it.
Hey, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's
On.
the best. In order to get approved with little to
I need
no
that kick.
stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing.
So on the Pro MB, I'm going to reintroduce a little bit of mid-range because I know we've been bumping the bass and getting all that clarity and highs, but we're going to get that mid-range kind of back a little bit. So I honestly just use the Pro MB, gain it back up for this mid-range. You can see where it's sitting.
Hey, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700.
Now we got a little more presence in the vocals, a little bit more presence in all those mid-range instruments, especially our keyboard. Remember we were talking about the main instruments. That keyboard is one of our main instruments on this beat, so we want to make sure that feels a part of the mix itself.
Hey, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pockets. If you ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's,
Like
dot
that.
your I's and cross your T's.
Let's get
Follow me and
God
my
Particle
lead,
in here.
just save your EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in a state of emergency.
God Particle's super easy now. Man, you know what's funny? I wanted to have it at this smaller, but I'm getting more used to this larger
Hey,
size.
if you wanna own in the state, first thing you got.
God Particle is super easy. All you have to do is make sure your meters are hitting these kind of markers, and it's gonna do exactly what it needs to do.
Hey, if you wanna own in the state,
It's a
first thing
Jason
you gotta
Joshua
do is go and get your
plugin.
credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved.
See if we get that
with little
bass
to no
in there.
stress. So
Once the
let me
kick
put
comes
you on
in.
game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pocket.
See if we can get that mid-range in there.
It's time consuming, so have your ducks in a row. Ain't got no time for losing, cause if the deal fall through, then
Also
the
use your
transaction
ears,
ruined.
see how it
Stay on your
sounds.
P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's, and follow me in my league to save your EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency, cause this economy in a state of emergency.
We need we need to gain it back a little bit, so we're on the output.
I got to get the gab, dope era like Mr. Fab. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah.
This break right here that we put in, which I really like, I want the effects to cut out.
Hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a.
It's very subtle, but to me, I think it's going to make a difference to make that feel like it takes you out of it for just a second. So we're going to cut the reverb and delay right when that part hits.
Business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman.
Right?
I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a.
Takes you out of it just for a moment. It's really interesting stuff. I really like that.
Business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork and the compensation. The sales price minus 3% the calculation. It's not complicated, but you gotta.
Now we got that God particle on there. Feels beefy as hell, man. Oh my gosh. God particle, man.
The sales price minus 2% the calculation. It's not complicated.
We got DSEQ kind of doing the suit thing.
Every deal starts with the vision and the plan, more than a signature.
So we just have that targeting just like kind of the upper end kind of frequencies that are a little sharp to our ears. So that's all that's doing, just cleaning those up and hitting the compression on those particular frequencies.
The sales price minus 2% the calculation.
Kind of
it's
harsh
not complicated,
frequencies.
but you gotta be abrasive. Yo, every deal starts with the vision and the plan, more than a signature or shaking other people's hand. The buyer meets the seller, but the steps in between keep it airtight. So
All right, we're kind of coming up on the end here. We got BX Clipper. It's a clipping app or a plugin I use to get stuff so I can make stuff a little bit louder. So I'm gonna run it with this. I actually prefer if it would happen on a hook.
and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set, come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork and the compensation.
What I like about it, it gains us back.
It's not complicated, but you
Creates a little more headroom for us.
Every deal starts with the vision and the plan, more than a signature or shaking other people's hand. The buyer meets the seller, but the steps in.
And instead of using L2, I'm gonna use Pro L2. That's that fat filter one.
And move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but
All right, so if you guys are listening on headphones, just be mindful of your volume because we're going to push the volume up because we want the beat itself or the song itself to be competitive as far as loudness. So we're going to push the volume up of it using the Pro L2. It's a limiter. So let's do that.
And moving silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set, come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork and the compensation. The sales price minus 2% the calculation. It's not complicated, but you gotta be abrasive. Yo, every deal starts with the vision and the plan. More than a signature or shaking other people's hand. The buyer meets the seller, but the steps in between. Keep it airtight, so fresh, so clean. Pre-approval first, know your budget, know your lane. Turning your dreams into reality is not a game. Negotiations like chess, every move got weight. Keep emotions in check, let strategy dictate. Escrow, hold it down while the paperwork flow. Title clears the path, so everybody else know. Appraisal sets the value, lender gives the green. Insurance keep you covered for everything unseen. And moving silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set, come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork.
Yes, sir. That's nice and loud. Holy shit. I had to turn down my headphones. All right. Let's check it out, man. Let's start from the top. This is Jay Natural's track called Businessman. I think Jay Natural's still in the chat. Dashways looks like he's in the chat too. That's our mixing or tracking engineer and mentor to Jay Natural. So we're going to do a playback, see how we're vibing on it. Masters are on. Just turning off some stuff I don't need. And we're going to do this. Yes, sirree. We're going to do one last thing. So the track ends here. This thing at the top is my track length track. All I do is create like an audio track. So when I bounce, I click this and then it bounces this length. And then I don't have to do this deal. I see engineers doing this, and then that's where they bounce. Now it's the same every single time I bounce it. I got that one from Ben Thomas from one of his classes, like online kind of master class videos, which awesome. All right. Playback. This one's called Businessman by Jay Natural. Let's go.
It's Jay. Natch.
Thank you for the follow, Yogi.
You're listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Hold up.
Check it.
I want that tag to be just a bit louder, just so we know. Here we go. Run it back.
It's Jay. Natch.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it, lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know dividends. About my business, so I ain't here to make new friends. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Fresh out the gate, if you wanna own in the state, first thing you gotta do is go and get your credit straight. 640 the lowest, but 700's the best. In order to get approved with little to no stress. So let me put you on game and walk you through the process. To make progress, you gotta understand the logic. You use credit, cause debit is coming out your pocket. If you ain't knowing doing showings, it's time consuming. So have your ducks in a row, ain't got no time for losing. Cause if the deal fall through, then the transaction ruined. Stay on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. And follow me in my league to save your EMDs. See, time is money, so have a sense of urgency. Cause this economy in a state of emergency. Time is of the essence, so please respect my presence. I got the gift of gab, dope era like Mr. Fab. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Follow your dreams like Fabulous, just throw it in the bag. Humble yourself and move in silence, ain't no need to brag. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game to play to win. I'm in my bag, stacking cash, you know.
Devon Yogi, happy to follow your work. Great work. Thanks, man.
I'm shaking hands and closing
Appreciate
deals, 'cause
that.
I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals, 'cause I'm a businessman. Yeah, I'm a businessman. See, I'm a businessman. I'm shaking hands and closing deals. Do you understand? Appointment set. Come and meet me for a consultation. That's where we go over paperwork and the compensation. The sales price minus 3% the calculation. It's not complicated, but you gotta be abrasive. Yo, every deal starts with the vision and the plan. More than a signature or shaking other people's hand. The buyer
Dashways, my new mix sound guy.
Keep it airtight.
Let's go.
So fresh, so clean. Pre-approval first. Know your budget, know your lane. Turning your dreams into reality is not a game. Negotiations like chess. Every move got weight. Keep emotions in check. Let strategy dictate. Escrow, hold it down while the paperwork flow. Title clears the path, so everybody else know. Appraisal sets the value. Lender gives the green. Insurance keep you covered for everything unseen. The closing date arrived. The pen hit the page. Another chapter open. New phase, new page. It's the transaction. Every move counts. Turning your hopes and dreams into real accounts. From the offer to the closing, every deal got traction. Read the fine print, the values inside the transactions. Natural, factual,
Yeah, such a good choice to do that
shit
with that
go
vocal
crazy,
right
bud.
there.
That shit go crazy. Watch when you hear this.
Boom. That's your track. Let's go. That was Businessman by Jane Natural. That was recorded by Dashways 100. So there it is. Hopefully he's vibing on this mix. We'll see. He'll send me any notes, feedback he has. I'm sure of it. But we're gonna do a bounce. We got the title of the track. I do version 1 because if we're doing additional notes and things changes, I can send them as version 2. I will make a note of it as mix at the end of it, so he knows. And then I just bounced at 24-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. And I do a wave and an MP3. The MP3 I'm going to send to Jane Natural, but when Jane Natural's ready to, send it up for streaming, I'm going to make sure he has the wave file. But I always do wave and MP3, so if he's like, yo, Maddie, can I get the wave? I love where the mix is at. Boom. I could just literally just send him the link for it. We transfer whatever he needs for it and it's done. I don't have to open up the session again. So I'm just trying to save myself ahead of time. So I always have both printing when I do it. So that's our bounce. Bounce. Bring back the background music. This is for the MP3. We'll put mixed by that will be embedded into the metadata, mixed by Maddie Making Music. Just in case he sends it to someone and they're like, yo, who mixed that? They can look at the info on the track and do it. So put that on there. That's our bounce, man. That's our track. Jane Natural. I hope you enjoyed. Dashways. I hope you enjoyed. That's what these streams are about, is working on, real material. These guys are looking to release this music. So that's what this session is. And I'm really glad Jane Natural. Hold up. Pause. Stop. Jane Natural said, if you can turn up where I say Jane Natural at the beginning before my verse. Yep. Let's do that before it finishes the bounce. Let's pause the background music. So let's find that. It's here at the beginning for sure.
It's Jet. Natural.
So that's basically this whole section. So we're just going to pump up both of these tracks Here, playback.
It's Jet. Natural.
Just a little bit more for me, man. We want to make sure his name is heard. You know what I mean?
It's Jet. Natural.
You are now listening to
Beautiful. I think I'm also going to just automate that so that hits even just a tiny bit louder. Right here.
It's Jet. Natural.
You are now listening to Quality
Let's hear how it sounds against the hook when it comes in.
Entertainment.
Check it. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game.
Give me down just to about there.
It's Jet. Natural.
You are now listening
Beautiful.
to Quality Music.
Cool. So Jay asked if we could make that part just a little louder, so we pumped that up. All right. Same. All that's looks good. Mixed by Matt Make Music. Boom. Cool. There we go. I'm watching this on the big screen. That's sick. Yeah, because everyone's got oh, and the tag. Hold up. Let's get the tag louder. I did make it louder because I felt like it needed to be, but we can get that louder. Let's run it back. Pause the background music.
It's Jet. Natural.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it. Lost in the sauce, but I'm in this game.
Can we get entertainment, just like a little bit right there, and it'd be perfect because it's gonna happen over the, oh boy. Get this right. Give me just a hot second. Just get this to have like a little delay.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
Check it. Lost in the sauce, but
Yeah, that's sick. Just a little volume down there.
You are now listening to Quality Music Entertainment.
check it. Lost in the sauce, but I'm
There we
in this
go.
game to play to win. I'm in my bag stacking.
It's got that break in the beat, so why wouldn't we have that echo through there? That's a big thing, the tag, you know what I mean? Whoops. Nope, we don't want that. Savey. There we go. All right. Now we're bouncing. Bounce. Boom. There it is. We did it. All good, Guardian. We just wrapped up the song. We did our final listen through. Jay just gave me a couple notes, finished those real quick, and then I'm going to send this to Jay. He's going to take a listen, and if he's got additional notes, he'll give me additional notes. If we want, we can even save it for Monday, finish those notes on stream. That'd be kind of cool. Kind of review what Jay Natural wanted to do. Day one working from home with a new job, so trying to get your home set up. Get your home set up like this, baby. We're vibing. Setup is nice. I'm very impressed with how the mic worked out. I'm very impressed with how the camera worked out, although the tracking went a little crazy for a second. We're okay. Let's turn the tracking back on. I think I turned it on like that. There we go. There we go. I was using my iPhone with the gimbal that I have for tracking, but I was like, I have to set it up every time. Now the camera is just doing it, which is great. That's what we want. And wait till I get the Apollo Twin going. We're going to do some more recording with it because I'll have the Apollo Twin to do the recording. But I'm very excited about finishing that up. So, okay, chat. Yeah, tracking is cool, but I always think it's a little weird. It went crazy earlier where it started looking at the ceiling, so we're getting used to it. I don't know if I'm using it every time, but at least we have it. So, alrighty, guys, chat. That's it, man. We did it. J Natural. Expect this in your email in just a few minutes, and we'll go from there. And if he's down, I can take care of any notes he has on stream Monday, and we can do it then. So I think that's all I got, man. I hope you guys have a good rest of your afternoon. Is afternoon still morning? Have a great morning, and then hopefully you have a great afternoon. So enjoy the weekend. I know it's Friday, so we'll be back streaming live Monday. We got the setup ready and popping, and I hope you guys take care. J Natural, Dashways, thank you very much. Guardian to Arby's, thank you for coming in, and thank the rest of you guys who came in the chat, hung out. Appreciate the follows, and I know someone, Divine Yogi, also followed me, so I appreciate that follow too. We'll get back at it, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Peace, love, peace and love, my guy. That's what Dashway says. I'll say the same thing. Peace and love, y'all. Have a great day. Peace.